Gwydion, you are destined for greater than this. You are not from here. Dream, young Gwydion.
As you commanded, Master.
Excellent.
Do you require anything else of me?
What a strange dream. For as long as he can remember, Gwydion has lived a life of servitude. For 17 years, his only company has been the animals that inhabit the yard of his cruel master, the malevolent wizard Manannan. From high atop the mountain on which Manannan's house sits, Gwydion often gazes down into the valley, dreaming of what goes on in the country of Lewdor.
Gwydion! What are you doing, boy? Daydreaming again? You're supposed to be working.
Yes, master.
You're always daydreaming, boy. Lazy, incompetent fool. You're lucky I take care of you.
I know, master. I'm really sorry.
I don't want your excuses, boy. You're fortunate your parents aren't here to see you.
Who were my parents?
Never you mind that. Always with that infernal question. You're simply lucky I allow you to live with me.
Master, if I finish my chores, may I go to town?
No, you're not allowed down this mountain. You lost your privileges after you cursed your poor parents. Now, get inside and clean the kitchen. The floor is filthy.
As poor Gwydion stands there, Manannan quietly begins to laugh as he walks back into the house. I wonder where I came from. I wonder who my parents are. This has to stop. This game was created using Adventure Game Studio version 2.71 runtime engine. Copyright 1999 to 2006, Chris Jones. Based on the original game King's Quest III by Sierra Online. Version 2.
Gwydion, you were assigned a chore. You know what happens to lazy boys.
Manannan shakes his head in disgust as he raises the dreaded finger.
You need to work a little of that weight off, Gwydion. Rumph!
Boy, do you hate these little sessions. But no pain, no magic.
Phew.
This is the gloomy home of Manannan, the evil wizard who is your master.
Rumph.
This is the main entry room of the wizard's house. The front door is to the south, creaky stairs lead upward, and there are doorways to the north and east. This is where Manannan eats his meals. You, of course, are not supposed to eat here. You eat in the kitchen. The large dining table is made of pine planking. Matching benches run its length on both sides. The table is big enough to seat at least 10 people. This is the kitchen of the wizard's house. Other than your own bedchamber, this is the only place in the house that you feel you can call your own. The wizard rarely enters the kitchen. On cold days, the fireplace is a cozy place to sit. Near the fireplace is a crude broom made of straw. As it is now summer, the need to light a fire and cook hot food was diminished. The fireplace is, at the moment, not burning. It's the knife you use to prepare food for the wizard. You take the carving knife from the iron rack and keep it with you. It's your mixing spoon. You take the wooden spoon from the iron rack and keep it with you. The knife is big enough and sharp enough to carve a large roast. This is a wooden kitchen spoon. The kitchen shelf holds many ingredients and kitchen implements for cooking. One useful item that catches your eye is the clay bowl you use for all of your mixing. You retrieve the clay bowl from the kitchen shelf and take it with you. The clay bowl has been your favorite bowl for years. A mutton chop. You take the mutton chop and carry it with you. It's a nice assortment of fruit. You take the fruit and carry it with you. A loaf of bread. You take the loaf of bread and carry it with you. This is a leftover mutton chop that the old wizard hadn't finished. It still looks appetizing though. The fruit consists of an apple and some grapes. They look sweet, fresh, and juicy. You love the smell of freshly baked bread. You can see most of the countryside of Lewdor from this vantage point. As it is now summer, the need to light a fire and cook hot food was diminished. The fireplace is, at the moment, not burning. There is no need for you to start a fire in the fireplace, as it is now summer and warm outside. This shelf holds the eating crockery. There is a little metal cup sitting on the shelf. You pick up the little tin cup and carry it with you. This is just a simple metal cup with a handle. You scrutinize the moose head very carefully, but you see it is nothing but an old head. You do feel sorry for the old thing, though. This hallway is on the second level of the old wizard's house. There are two stairways here. One goes up and the other leads down. An open doorway is to the north. This old grandfather clock was once owned by the royal family of Lewdor. This is your own pitiful bedchamber. Compared to Manannan's fine room, yours is almost a cell. The bed is hard and uncomfortable, with only a threadbare blanket and a small, flat pillow. The other furnishings are junk. But, as poor as it is, it's your own haven, as the wizard never enters it.
Gwydion, I have decided to take a journey.
You have always admired this lovely tapestry. It adds one of the few bright spots to this dreary house. You lift the bottom of the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manannan would hang a tapestry here. There are also dozens of charcoal-scribbled drawings, diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers, with the legend, Hero Quest, So, you want to be a hero. You let the tapestry fall back into place, not understanding a word of what you just read. You lift the bottom of the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manannan would hang a tapestry here. There are also dozens of charcoal-scribbled drawings, diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers, with the legend, Hero Quest. So, you want to be a hero. You keep reading and realize that you can't drag your eyes away from the wall. Right at the bottom of the wall are some strange symbols which burn into your mind. You feel a tingling sensation run through your body.
You! Well, dearie. You shouldn't be here. Teach him to be such a little snub, won't it, darlings? I wonder if Manannan knows you're here. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, I suppose. The real question of the moment is what I want for dinner. Oh, I've got it. Goat's head gumbo.
With a feeling of dread, you realize that you are the main course. The closet is fashioned of ornately carved mahogany. You run a hand along the top of the closet. Touching it, you discover something metallic. Grabbing it, you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock? The small brass key is brightly polished. You look at Manannan's elegant bedchamber. You see fine furnishings, from a regal bed to a beautifully carved closet. You can't help but compare this handsome room to your own meager cubicle. As comfortable as the bed looks, you have no interest in lying on that hateful wizard's bed. The beveled mirror appears wavy because of imperfections in the glass. There is a small drawer in the front of the mahogany vanity. In the vanity drawer are many uninteresting items, although the wizard's hand mirror may come in handy. You grab it, then close the drawer. The mirror is set in a round oak frame with a long handle. You peer into it and see your rather dirty but handsome face. Manannan's bedroom window is always open. He likes fresh air. Looking through the wizard's closet, you are startled to discover an ancient parchment scroll. Its ink is faded, but it seems to be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave everything exactly as it was. It's the magic map you borrowed from Manannan. The elegant dresser is made of mahogany. Its drawers are graced by beautiful gold knobs. You find baubles and trinkets which do not interest you. You also find a bottle marked Rose Petal Essence, which you take. It's a bottle of Rose Petal Essence. This border looks familiar. You have entered the musty tower of the old wizard's house. You can see most of the countryside of Lewdor from this vantage point. Manannan has the brass telescope pointed out the window. It is well polished. He uses the telescope to keep tabs on the citizenry of Lewdor. You put your eye to the glass. It amazes you how near everything seems. You can even see squirrels climbing faraway trees. You see nothing on the floor but a dead fly. You pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it.
I don't want to carry around a dead fly.
Picking off its wings, you throw the rest away. The fly wings are remarkably beautiful for having come from such a disagreeable insect. The cat stares at you with cold eyes, his tail twitching slightly. Nimbly you grab the nasty cat by the scruff of its neck, avoiding its needle-sharp claws. Showing your true feelings for the despicable cat, you rip out a tuft of fur. The cat viciously scratches you as you attempt to put it down. With grim satisfaction, you survey your wounds.
Stupid cat. Whether you know it or not, you just helped me.
You hold a small ball of black cat fur in your hand. This border looks familiar. This portrait is a very close likeness of Manannan. Maybe it's his brother. This isn't Harry Potter. The paintings don't talk back. You open the front door of the house and go outside. This is the chicken coop, something else you look after for the evil wizard. There is a bag of chicken feed behind the fence, beside the chicken coop. You scoop a handful of feed from the bag. A couple of chickens strut about their chicken coop. As all chickens do, they peck, scratch, and cluck. The poor things. They'll end up as the old wizard's dinner one day.
Gotcha!
You've managed to grab a chicken. Tucking the chicken firmly under one arm, you gently pluck a small feather, then let it go. The chicken feather is small and light, no more than a piece of fluff. Manannan is very private with his study, and doesn't like you poking around. The huge oak desk is covered with writing implements. An oak cabinet is in the corner. There is a chart on the rear wall. The bookshelves are filled with books on every subject. The wizard fancies himself to be quite a scholar. The massive desk is made from oak. The wizard does all of his reading, writing, and calculating here. You open the large desk's only drawer, but you see nothing interesting. Before you're caught, you close it. The wizard sits in this chair when studying magic. You don't want to sit in the wizard's seat. The chart has no meaning to you. You can see most of the countryside of Lewdor from this vantage point. The small rubbish bin is empty. Don't you remember? You emptied it yesterday. The oak cabinet has a brass handle on its door. Your feather duster is lying on its top. It's locked. You unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. Royal families, bears, or humans. The magician keeps his special books here. How to Love Your Cat. What? Me worry? And 101 uses for slaves. You didn't realize Manannan had a subscription to Reader's Digest. It's a magic mirror. Perfumed water is kept in this silver bowl, useful to cure a headache. The magic wand is cool, smooth to the touch, and creamy white in color. You think it might be fashioned from ivory. You take the wizard's magic wand, knowing it will mean death if he finds it missing. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. The magic wand is cool, smooth to the touch, and creamy white in color. You think it might be fashioned from ivory. So many books line the bookshelf. You wonder when Manannan has time to read them all. Titles cover many subjects, from ancient Arabic mythology, to a study of the heavens, to the philosophies of Socrates. You glance at the titles of the books, but do not see any that interest you. Wait, was that a glint of metal behind one large book? Carefully examining the bookshelf, you notice a glint of metal behind one huge volume. You push the large book aside, revealing a metal lever attached to the back of the bookshelf. A trap door opens, revealing steep stone steps leading into darkness. Peering into the dark, frightening trap door, you see treacherous stone steps. You look in awe around this torch-lit underground room. It appears to be a laboratory. A wizard's laboratory. The wizard's desk is curiously empty. You have no further interest in it. Against the earth wall is a massive oak table with a spacious worktop. Atop the table sits a large leather-bound book, a mortar and pestle, a little brazier holding charcoal, and a flint. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care, as you can tell it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. Poor Gwydion is feeling very weak at the moment, and only you can help. Please turn to page 4 in your game manual, and type in the third word. Only kidding! Flying like an eagle or fly spell. 1. Put a pinch of saffron in essence. 2. Recite this verse. O winged spirits, set me free of earthly bindings just like thee. In this essence behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight. 3. Wave the magic wand.
Something feels wrong.
Next time, try having all the ingredients you need. Saffron. You remove the saffron from the shelf and take it with you. It's a jar of saffron. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care, as you can tell it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. Poor Gwydion is feeling very weak at the moment, and only you can help. Please turn to page 4 in your game manual, and type in the third word. Only kidding! Manannan's Spellbook. He sometimes refers to it as his manual. Flying like an eagle or fly spell. 1. Put a pinch of saffron in essence. 2. Recite this verse. O winged spirits, set me free of earthly bindings just like thee. In this essence behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight. 3. Wave the magic wand. You mix the ingredients exactly as the spellbook says.
O winged spirits, set me free of earthly bindings just like thee. In this essence, behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight.
You wave the magic wand. The trap door closed with a thud. You push the large book back into position. You unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. You replace the magic wand exactly as you found it. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. You open the front door of the house and go outside. One wrong step was all it took. Try to be more careful.
tough. It should be easier from now on, though.
The dangerous, winding path leads up the side of the dark mountain. Oh no. These two are certainly unsavory rogues. They look like they'd rob you blind. After recovering from a whack on the head at the hand of the bandits, you stand unsteadily. Taking stock of your holdings, you discover that all your possessions have been stolen. You have entered a quaint seaside town. Smoke curls lazily from the houses and shops overlooking the ocean. A pier stretches out into the bay. Near the pier, you notice a store and a tavern. Ouch! The sign lets you know that this building is a tavern. Okay. You fly through the door into the tavern.
Squeal just like a little piggy. And that rope you rigged inside of the big oak tree is great.
Then they're rolling away before Northern. I'll bet even that wizard.
You fly out through the entrance. It's a lovely tree. A small sprig of mistletoe catches your eye. You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has dried. You break it off and carry it with you. The dried sprig of mistletoe is a thick, grayish green, with remnants of little berries still attached. It's not a pretty plant. There are 3 fully clothed bears coming.
Thank you, dear. That was a lovely walk.
Thank you, Papa.
Scram! We're not interested. Scram! We're not interested.
What is this? 3 clothed bears? Huh.
What a lovely day for a stroll through the forest.
You rap lightly on the door of this charming house. No reply. You knock louder. Again, there is no response. Perhaps no one is home. The large wooden table is clean and polished.
I'm surprised that bears eat porridge. I always thought they ate honey and berries.
This bowl of porridge looks too hot. This bowl of porridge looks much too cold. This bowl of porridge looks just right. You taste the porridge and decide that this bowl of porridge is just right, so you take it with you. The warm porridge is in a pretty blue ceramic bowl. Its aroma wafts up to and tantalizes your nose. The cute little wooden chair looks sturdily built. This chair feels just right. Oh no! The wooden chair is very large and solidly built. It must be Papa Bear's. You feel very small and uncomfortable in this big chair. This chair is much too hard. The medium-sized chair looks very soft and comfortable. You sink deeply into the overstuffed chair. Too deeply. This chair is much too soft. You are in the bear family's cozy bedroom. You see 3 beds and a chest of drawers. A dresser sits in the corner of the room. You open the drawer, and among the clothes you see a pretty silver thimble, which you take. The little thimble is fashioned of bright gleaming silver. This is a big, old bed. It must be Papa Bear's. You flop onto the biggest and hardest bed. This bed is much too hard. This looks like a nice soft bed. Maybe it's Mama Bear's. You jump onto the medium-sized bed and sink deep into its fluffy depths. This bed is much too soft. This bed looks just the right size for you. You lie upon the smallest bed and snuggle down into the pillow. Ah, this bed is just right. You've fallen asleep. Oh no! Papa Bear has found you sleeping in Baby Bear's bed. You're in for it now.
And stay out!
It's Mama Bear. Mama Bear growls as you near the flower bed. Better stay away from it. And her. You look up into the towering oak tree. You can only see large, spreading branches and thick leaves. Looking down, you see a small hole between the tree's large roots. You kneel down on the ground and look into the small hole. It is too dark inside to see anything. Okay. In your insect form, you fit easily through the hole in the tree. You have flown through the hole at the base of the tree and are now inside the hollow trunk. You see a rope leading up into a small hole above you. This area is cramped and confining, even for a fly. You feel the effects of the spell wearing off and look for a safe place to land. You kneel down on the ground and reach into the small hole. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. You pull it, and to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. The rope ladder stretches up into the branches. You have entered the bandits' hideout. Oh no! One of them is here! You quickly leave before he sees you. You have entered the bandits' hideout. One of them is sleeping at a small table. The scoundrel is fast asleep at the table. He's dressed in dirty, ragged clothes and emits a very unpleasant odor. There is a leather coin purse lying on top of a wobbly table. You very carefully lift the coin purse off the table, practically out from under the sleeping bandit's nose. You have gold coins in your purse. The bandits have made a crude version of Dag Nabbit. The shabby wooden bin is built into a corner of the treehouse. It is covered by a hinged lid. There's nothing of interest here, just some acorns scattered around this old oak tree. You pick and poke among the fallen acorns, looking for dried ones. You don't find any. These are all newly fallen. You pick and poke among the fallen acorns, looking for dried ones. You eventually find 3 dried acorns and take them with you. The 3 acorns are dried and brittle. You get on your hands and knees and shove all your magic items under the bed. They will be safe from the wizard's sharp eyes there.
I have returned, Gwydion, and I am ready to eat.
Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. You love the smell of freshly baked bread. You place the food on the dining table before the hungry wizard. Ravenously, he devours every bit of it. It's obvious the wizard enjoyed his meal as he lets out a satisfied belch. He rises and leaves without so much as a thank you.
Boy, you know I don't like you to enter my private study, especially when I'm writing. Leave now or I'll make you leave. You aren't to be in this room without my express permission. Go and find something to do.
Manannan appears older than old. His long, white beard straggles thinly past his waist. His skin resembles old parchment paper, and his hands are gnarled and twisted. But don't be fooled. The old wizard is smart and powerful, and his magic is formidable.
What? I could never kill. You were obviously raised by a naughty wizard.
I am going to bed, Gwydion. Do not disturb me.
Manannan is asleep on his great bed. His snores are so loud they rumble off the walls. Be quiet. You wouldn't want to disturb him. Dropping to your knees, you reach under the bed and retrieve all your possessions. The sign lets you know that this building is a tavern.
Wench, come over here with more ale.
This seems like a friendly little tavern, used mostly by sailors in between sea voyages. A tattered, faded tapestry hangs next to a pair of rusty swords. Kegs of ale line the wall. It's a little pot-bellied wood stove. You see the buildings of the village and the ocean beyond. The bar is a rough-hewn slab of oak. Bottles of rum and wine sit atop shelves behind the bar. The barmaid is a woman in her early 20s. She has an air of determination about her that makes you think she'd be a tough lady. You better not. The buxom barmaid has an air of hardened determination. You get the feeling that she doesn't take any guff from anybody.
What'll it be for you, sir? A good polo ale? Or would you rather have a dram of rum? Why aren't you the handsome one?
The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy. The two ruffians at the table see you looking at them, and glare back at you menacingly. It's the bandits from the forest.
I'd like to buy these two gentlemen around.
There you go, sir. That'll be 2 gold, if you please.
The bandits down the drinks with nary a thank you. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy.
I'd like to buy these two gentlemen around.
There you go, sir. That'll be 2 gold, if you please.
The bandits down the drinks with nary a thank you. You have gold coins in your purse. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy.
I'd like to buy these two gentlemen around.
When she brings the drinks, you discover that you only have 1 coin. With a look of scorn, she takes your last coin and leaves 1 drink for the 2 oafs to fight over.
Go on, you deadbeat. Drinks cost money, you know.
This shop is the general store. You have a strange feeling that you haven't seen the last of him.
Good day to you, young man. What can I do for you? I've got some dusting to do. Just let me know when you need something.
The short storekeeper seems to be an amiable fellow. The store is full of general merchandise and supplies to meet the needs of the village. A friendly storekeeper bustles busily behind the counter. The short storekeeper seems to be an amiable fellow. The wood stove is hard at work heating the little store. It is chilly here, so close to the ocean. The shelves are filled with all sorts of useful items. There are few items of particular interest to you: leather pouches, salt, fish oil, and lard. The dog lying on the floor is obviously a mutt. The name Kenny is embossed on his leather collar. You speak to the dog in a soothing voice, and his ears perk up.
Go ahead and pet him. Kenny loves the attention.
As you pet him, Kenny licks your hand and thumps his tail in appreciation. A small wad of dog hair collects in your hand, and you tuck it into your pocket for later use. The wad of dog hair is dirty white and brown. Fish oil. Salt. Empty pouches. Lard.
Feel free to browse, sir. If you want to buy something, let me know.
I'd like some fish oil, sir.
We'll be very happy with this fish oil. That will be 1 gold coin. Now, what else can I get for you? I've got some dusting to do. Just let me know when you need something.
I'd like some of your fine salt, thank you.
You will be very happy with this salt. That will be 1 gold coin. Now, what else can I get for you? I've got some dusting to do. Just let me know when you need something.
I'd like one of your fine pouches, thank you.
You will be very happy with this pouch. That will be 1 gold coin. Now, what else can I get for you? I've got some dusting to do. Just let me know when you need something.
I'd like some of that lard, please.
Will be very happy with this lard. That will be 1 gold coin. Now, what else can I get for you? I've got some dusting to do. Just let me know when you need something.
A strong, fishy smell emanates from the glass jar. It's a bag of salt. This is a plain leather pouch, useful for storing liquid or dry ingredients. Right now, it is empty. There's nothing very interesting about this jar of whitish thick lard. A beautiful stream ripples through these stately trees. The soft grass soothes your aching feet. You look out over the vast blue-green ocean. You wonder what lands and people reside across it. If only you could know. This is just a simple metal cup with a handle. You fill your cup with ocean water. The metal cup has ocean water in it.
What a majestic animal. I'm glad the wizard hasn't made it a trophy yet.
It's a feather, dropped by an eagle. You take the feather. The eagle's tail feather makes you wonder what it would be like to soar among the clouds. The mountain grows smaller as it meets the valley, yet it still blocks the way north and to the shore. The top of the trees block the light from entering the dark swamp. The river flows slowly as the water makes its way from the swamp. You look down at the side of the river and see a bank of sticky mud. With the wooden spoon, you kneel and scoop a spoonful of wet mud from the stream's bank. You carry it with you. The spoonful of mud has already dried. The mountain stops as it meets the swamp, but it continues to the far left into the desert. The dark swamp runs deep into the valley contained between the large northern mountains of Lewdor. The most hideous-looking being has made its appearance. It's Medusa! Your eyes fall upon a face so hideous, so gruesome, that the horror of it is beyond description. People who look upon the face of Medusa with her hair of writhing, live snakes turn instantly into stone.
Look into my eyes, sweet boy.
Suddenly, your body feels cold and stiffens hard as a rock. You do make a nice statue, Gwydion. You had better hope there are no pigeons in Lewdor. The most hideous-looking being has made its appearance. It's Medusa!
I know you there. Where are you?
Averting your eyes, you aim the wizard's hand mirror at Medusa's face.
Sisters, avenge me.
A scream pierces the air as she beholds her own hideous reflection. Then, nothing. You dare to look. Medusa has turned herself to stone. Even as a statue, Medusa is indescribably ugly. The statue is much too heavy to carry. You find yourself at the edge of a great desert, stretching as far as the eye can see to the west. It is a parched land. Occasionally, after a rare rain, flowers spring up everywhere in this great desert. There are no flowers now, as it has not rained for a long time. It's the cast-off skin from a snake. You retrieve the dried snakeskin from the hot desert sand. It is delicate and could easily crumble. The dry, thin snakeskin is extremely fragile. You find yourself at the edge of a great desert, stretching as far as the eye can see to the west. All of the cactuses around here are too prickly to be touched. You could wind up with a handful of thorns. It's the skull of a long-dead animal, bleached white by the searing heat. You notice an unusual little cactus.
Ouch, that hurt!
Maybe using a knife would be a better idea. The knife is big enough and sharp enough to carve a large roast. You cut the cactus plant from the desert sands. The greenish-gray cactus is small, plump, and fleshy. You find yourself at the edge of a great desert, stretching as far as the eye can see to the west. It is a parched land. You carefully peek into the pretty flowers of the flower garden. Drops of glistening dew have gathered within their soft petals. The little thimble is fashioned of bright gleaming silver. Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so the dew runs into the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew. You get on your hands and knees and shove all your magic items under the bed. They will be safe from the wizard's sharp eyes there.
Gwydion, I have awakened. Gwydion, I have decided to take a journey. This place is so dank, brother. It has more character than you could ever hope for. I rule over the Valley of People, brother. What do you call this place? Home. Whatever makes you comfortable. So, to what do I owe the presence of your company? Do you keep calendar years, brother? I bore of human tradition. Do you mock me, Mordack? It is unwise. As you wish. Get on with it. It's been 17 years, Mordack. Yes. You're about to tell me you're going to destroy that little whelp of yours. Yes, they can never live beyond that age. Curiosity gets the better of them. They're like cats that way. Yes. You seem to be fond of the felines. Ah, the mocking little brother. You're lucky I don't turn you into a newt. You're lucky I don't either. So, finally, the time comes. I was thinking of sending the body home, though. Oh, wouldn't that be precious? I'd love to see the look on his regal face. What a way to add to the tragedy that already holds them. Yes. Yes, it would be.
Dropping to your knees, you reach under the bed and retrieve all your possessions. It's the largest web you've ever seen. You can't help but wonder about the spider which could create such a web. A large tree. The first branches are so high up you would never reach them. You decide against touching the giant web. As you touch the sticky web, a giant spider drops down from her lair in the tree above. You attempt to escape, but her sticky web holds you fast. What a sticky end! Oh, what a tangled web you weave! The eagle's tail feather makes you wonder what it would be like to soar among the clouds. Okay. You swoop close to the spider web and find the huge spider guarding it. Taking her in your beak, you vow to get rid of her once and for all. A fitting end for the giant spider. The effects of the spell are wearing off. You have entered the cave of the oracle. You are almost too afraid to speak.
Look into the crystal ball. I have been waiting for you a long time, Gwydion. I have sorrowful news for you. Years ago, a terrible three-headed dragon invaded Daventry and keeps the people in a state of terror. Sadly, your own sister, Princess Rosella, is the chosen one this year. Time is running out for her, your parents, and Daventry. Look deeper, Gwydion. See what has happened to your family. The once pristine exterior of Castle Daventry has been reduced to a burnt and scarred landscape. The once powerful moat dried up. The countryside totally ravaged. Graham, King of Daventry, is alone in his study, staring into the flames. In his mind's eye, He sees a large three-headed dragon ravaging his kingdom. A dragon which requires a sacrifice.
Someone knocks at the door.
Come.
Your Majesty?
I asked not to be disturbed.
I apologize, Your Majesty, but the princess wishes to speak to you. She was quite insistent, Majesty.
Very well, let her in.
Majesty?
Father?
Rosella.
Father, have no fear. I am not afraid.
How can you hold on to such faith when I have none?
It is all anyone ever has, and that they cannot strip away from us.
My country is ravaged. My people suffer. Why must I give up my one remaining child to save them? Why must I suffer?
Such is the price of royalty, Father. Remember, it is not a birthright, but defined by one's actions.
You are so wise for one so young.
We must help our people in any way we can. You taught me that, Father.
I am sorry, Majesty, but it is time.
Have faith, Father. I feel I shall survive, somehow.
My sweet daughter.
This is all so strange. Yet I feel what I have seen is truth. These are my family.
You, Alexander, are the only one who can save them, but you must hurry.
Alexander? This is my true name?
It is. I have something to give you. A small stone of amber. Use it wisely, my friend.
The oracle grows silent again and seems to fall into a deep sleep.
Thank you.
You get no reply. It seems the oracle has told you all she can. The oracle appears to be in deep meditation. The oracle is in a deep state of meditation. You are not heard. The stone is smooth, round, and an unusual color, somewhat like that of amber. You unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. You take the wizard's magic wand, knowing it will mean death if he finds it missing. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. You push the large book aside, revealing a metal lever attached to the back of the bookshelf. A trap door opens, revealing steep stone steps leading into darkness. Becoming invisible spell. 1. Cut the cactus with a knife. 2. Squeeze the cactus juice on spoon. 3. Put the cactus juice in a bowl. 4. Put the lard in the bowl. 5. Add 2 drops of toad spittle. 6. Stir the mixture with a spoon. 7. Recite this verse. Cactus plant and horny toad, I now start down a dangerous road. Combine with fire and mist to make me disappear without a trace. 8. Wave magic wand. 9. Put ointment in the empty lard jar.
Oh no!
You've disappeared without a trace. Toad spittle. You remove the jar labeled toad spittle from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. Toad spittle is unpleasant stuff, to say the least. You prepare the spell just as the instructions told you.
Cactus plant and horny toad, I now start down a dangerous road. Combine with fire and mist to make me disappear without a trace.
After reciting the spell, you wave your magic wand. You now have the Becoming Invisible spell. Teleporting at random spell. 1. Grind a spoonful of salt in a mortar. 2. Grind the mistletoe in the mortar. 3. Rub the stone in the mixture. 4. Kiss the stone. 5. Recite this verse. With this kiss I thee impart power most dear to my heart. Take me now from this place hither, to another place far thither. 6. Wave magic wand.
Oh no!
Next time, try having all the ingredients you need. You mix the ingredients exactly as the spellbook says. You kiss the stone.
With this kiss I thee impart power most dear to my heart. Take me now from this place hither, to another place far thither.
Causing a deep sleep spell. 1. Grind the acorns in a mortar. 2. Put the acorn powder in a bowl. 3. Put the nightshade juice in the bowl. 4. Stir the mixture with a spoon. 5. Light a charcoal brazier. 6. Heat the mixture on the brazier. 7. Spread the mixture on the table. 8. Recite this verse. Acorn powder ground so fine, nightshade juice like bitter wine. Silently in darkness you creep, to bring a soporific sleep. 9. Wave magic wand. 10. Put the sleep powder in the pouch.
Oh no!
You have fallen into an eternal sleep. Nightshade juice. You remove the jar labeled nightshade juice from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. The nightshade juice sloshes around inside the glass jar. You mix the ingredients exactly as the spellbook says.
Acorn powder ground so fine, nightshade juice like bitter wine. Silently in darkness you creep, to bring a soporific sleep.
You wave the magic wand. Transform another into a cat spell. 1. Put mandrake root powder in bowl. 2. Put the cat hair in bowl. 3. Put 2 spoons of fish oil in bowl. 4. Stir the mixture with a spoon. 5. Put the dough on the table. 6. Pat the dough into a cookie. 7. Recite this verse. Mandrake root and hair of cat, mix oil of fish and give a pat. A feline from the one who eats this appetizing magic treat. 8. Wave the magic wand. You have a feeling that something has gone wrong with the spell.
Oh no!
That was highly amusing, Gwydion. Mandrake root powder. You remove the jar labeled mandrake root powder from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. The glass jar of mandrake root powder has an earthy, bitter smell to it. You mix all the ingredients of the spell exactly as the instructions said.
Mandrake root and hair of cat. Mix oil of fish and give a pat. A feline from the one who eats this appetizing magic treat.
You wave your magic wand over the mixture. Well done. You have created a cookie that will turn the person who eats it into a cat. You've also ended up with an empty jar. May as well keep it. Understanding the language of animals spell. 1. Put the small feather in a bowl. 2. Put the dog fur in the bowl. 3. Put the snake skin in the bowl. 4. Add a spoonful of powdered fish bone. 5. Put the thimble of dew in the bowl. 6. Mix with hands. 7. Separate mixture into 2 pieces. 8. Put dough pieces into your ears. 9. Recite this verse exactly. Feather of fowl and bone of fish, molded together in this dish. Give me wisdom to understand creatures of air, sea, and land. 10. Wave the magic wand.
Oh no!
You are all ears now, Gwydion. Powdered fish bone. You remove the bowl of powdered fish bone from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. Within the bowl, you see your white fishbone powder. It emits a faint, fishy smell. You mix the ingredients exactly as the spellbook says. You place the sticky mixture in your ears.
Feather of fowl and bone of fish, molded together in this dish. Give me wisdom to understand creatures of air, sea, and land.
You wave the magic wand. Brewing a storm spell. 1. Put a cup of ocean water in bowl. 2. Light a charcoal brazier. 3. Heat the bowl on the brazier. 4. Put a spoon of swamp mud in the bowl. 5. Add a pinch of toadstool powder. 6. Blow into the hot brew. 7. Recite this verse. Elements from earth and sea combine to set the heavens free. When I stir this magic brew, great God Thor, I call on you. 8. Wave magic wand. 9. Pour the storm brew into the jar.
Something feels wrong.
There's no silver lining in this cloud, Gwydion. Toadstool powder. You remove the jar labeled toadstool powder from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. It's just an empty jar. You could put something inside it. The cream-colored toadstool powder is finely textured and nearly odorless. You mix the ingredients exactly as the spellbook says.
Elements from earth and sea combine to set the heavens free. When I stir this magic brew, great god Thor, I call on you.
You wave the magic wand.
See that young man over there? Yes? What about him? Poor thing. He doesn't even know who his parents are. Well, who are they? He's really a prince. His parents are King Graham and Queen Valanice of Daventry. That boy over there lives with a terrible wizard. How awful for him! I wonder how he can stand it! I bet he can't. He ought to learn magic. He's got to fight fire with fire. Manannan's terrorizing the countryside again. I'm afraid for my life. I know how you feel. I understand he's fond of squirrel tails. Have you got your winter supply of nuts gathered? Not quite yet. Do you? Oh, sure. Ages ago. You'd better get to it, I'd say.
Oh no. These two are certainly unsavory rogues. They look like they'd rob you blind. After recovering from a whack on the head at the hand of the bandits, you stand unsteadily. Taking stock of your holdings, you discover that all your possessions have been stolen. You kneel down on the ground and reach into the small hole. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. You pull it, and, to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. You have entered the bandits' hideout. Oh no! One of them is here! You quickly leave before he sees you. You have entered the bandits' hideout. One of them is sleeping at a small table. The shabby wooden bin is built into a corner of the treehouse. It is covered by a hinged lid. You slowly lift the lid and hope the squeaky hinges do not wake the bandit. This must be where the bandits store their loot. You see all of your stolen possessions inside the bin. After taking your belongings back, you gently close the lid.
You notice that boy down there? He's got a sister he don't even know. A twin sister.
How sad. I don't know what I'd do without all my brothers and sisters. I'd be so alone.
I know what you mean. Do you think that young man looks anything like his twin sister in Daventry?
I don't know, but I hear her beauty is legendary.
Well, he ain't exactly chopped liver neither.
I'm getting so frustrated. No matter how early I get up, I just can't seem to ever catch that darn worm.
You'll take care of it. You can't let a dumb worm outsmart you. You see that young fellow over there? When that old wizard Manannan kidnapped him, I heard tell his real parents were heartbroken over his loss.
I would think so. I'd sure miss my kids if they ever flew the coop too soon.
There's that boy, Gwydion. You heard about how we came to Lewdor?
Hey, I know that guy. I played shows with that guy, man.
Man, no you didn't.
Yeah, man. He's a good musician.
Man, you don't know what you're talking about.
So, how'd he get here, man? How did I get here? How did any of us get here?
Well, when he was a baby, he was stolen from his cradle one night by that awful wizard Manannan, who brought him here and raised him. I hear he treats the boy terribly.
Oh, man, that's too bad.
I wish I could do something for the poor boy. He seems so lost and confused.
Hey, I agree, man. Hey, what do you think he's doing here anyway, man?
I would guess that he's probably trying to run away from the wizard. I hate to think what will happen to him if Manannan finds him.
Hey man, how do you get cactus stickers out of your tail? I nearly had a brush with disaster this morning. The major buzzkill.
That's terrible. I know how much they hurt. Best thing is, rub your tail against a rough rock. The sticker should come right out, and possibly your tail with it.
The poor boy, he thinks his name is Gwydion. Wouldn't he be surprised to find out he's a prince?
Yes, he's really Prince Alexander of Daventry.
I feel so sorry for the boy. The old wizard treats him miserably.
Yes, dear, but you ought to worry about your own neck. Look at the situation we're in. Remember Gertrude? Remember how one day the old wizard came out and got her?
Oh, I know. It was horrible. I hear she ended up in his stew. I can't bear to think about it. Whatever happened to your last batch of chicks, my dear?
Oh, my poor babies were doing so well. I was just teaching them the proper methods of pecking and scratching when that old rascal came out and he took them away.
Where do you think he took them?
I hate to think. I just heard them peeping as they were carried off.
The trap door closed with a thud. You push the large book back into position. You unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. You replace the magic wand exactly as you found it. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. The only resemblance to a real cookie is its flat, round shape. It's hard and has cat hair sticking out of it. Definitely non-appetizing. The warm porridge is in a pretty blue ceramic bowl. Its aroma wafts up to and tantalizes your nose. You crush the cookie into the bowl of porridge. It looks flawless. You were careful when you crumbled the cat cookie in the porridge. It looks just like a plain bowl of porridge. You get on your hands and knees and shove all your magic items under the bed. They will be safe from the wizard's sharp eyes there.
I have returned, Gwydion, and I am ready to eat.
Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. You place the food on the dining table before the hungry wizard. Ravenously, he devours every bit of it. You fooled him! Manannan didn't realize the porridge was tainted and ate the whole bowl. It's obvious the wizard enjoyed his meal as he lets out a satisfied belch. He rises and leaves without so much as a thank you.
Oh no, it didn't work!
Congratulations! Manannan will never again enslave you or the people of Lewdor. At last, you are free. You wonder, what will you do now? You kick the cat.
Hey! That hurt.
You kick the cat again.
Ow! I'll get you for that, Gwydion.
You kick the cat again.
Wait till I catch you on the steps, you creep.
You kick the cat again.
The next scratch is gonna be on your jugular, chicken boy.
Dropping to your knees, you reach under the bed and retrieve all your possessions.
Wench, come over here with more rum.
The sailors have obviously been drinking heavily for some time, and are very loud and rowdy. The sailors peer at you through bleary eyes, and continue swilling their rum. One, who looks like the captain, pauses.
Aye, me bucko. Do you want passage on the ship? What you running from? Ha ha! No matter. As long as you got gold. Let's see how much you got.
You have gold coins in your purse. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy. The barmaid hands you a glass, and the potent liquid burns as it slides down your parched throat. It hits bottom, and you suddenly feel a bit woozy.
you deadbeat. Drinks cost money, you know.
You little cheat. You've got not a farthing. You was trying to weasel aboard my ship. Go on, get out of my sight.
The sailor is guarding the ship from any unwanted passengers.
Quit your yammering, boy! I ain't got no time for ya. I gotta keep trespassers away from this here jolly boat. Scram!
Don't ignore me, laddie. I asked ya how much gold you got for passage on me ship. Aye, I see you do have a wee bit of gold. It's less than my regular fare, but I'll give you a passage anyways. We'll be waiting for you at the wharf, but not for long.
The captain and his men down their rum in one long draught, then leave the tavern.
You'd better get aboard, boy, or we'll sail without yez.
As the gangplank is drawn up, the captain shouts to his men.
Take his things and put him in the hold till I figures out what to do with him.
You have a sneaking suspicion that you have made a big mistake. These are pirates. Ah, nothing like a little salt air to perk up a boy's spirits. All things being equal, you might have enjoyed this ocean voyage. However, you found your accommodations to be slightly less than satisfactory. Crates are stacked high in this cargo hold. The ladder is far above you.
Do you know where the pirates are taking us?
Heard them talking about a buried treasure chest. Think it's buried on a beach and they're going to dig it up.
Oh, do you remember when they first buried the treasure? It was on a small beach, and behind the beach was a high mountain range.
Near the palm tree, I believe they said.
I heard the pirates talking about bringing a cat on board.
No! Don't scare me like that!
No, I mean it. They said there's getting to be too many mice on this ship. We need to call a mouse council and decide what to do about this situation. What do you think the pirates will do with the boy they shanghaied?
They'll probably make him a cabin boy.
What happened to the last cabin boy they had?
Didn't you hear? They fed him to the sharks just for sport.
Arr, ye can't stow that away. You see a small crate here. Using the makeshift stairs, you make your way up the crates to the ladder. The captain doesn't want you snooping around his quarters. You're in trouble now.
I'll not tolerate you snooping around me quarters. If I catch you in here again, you'll walk the plank.
Ouch! Using the makeshift stairs, you make your way up the crates to the ladder. The captain doesn't want you snooping around his quarters. You're in trouble now.
You're more trouble than you're worth. There's the plank for you now.
Now you've gone and done it. As you sink beneath the waves, you hear the crew rooting for the shark. Using the makeshift stairs, you make your way up the crates to the ladder. You stare at the chart tacked to the wall. It traces the route the ship is now sailing. It leaves Lewdor, crossing a wide ocean and arriving at the foot of a mountain range. An X has been marked at the arrival point. You gaze with interest at the captain's desk. The desktop is very neat, holding only writing implements. Curiously, you open a drawer or two. There is nothing of interest among the charts and logbooks. Quickly, you close them again. The large chest is closed. You found all of your missing possessions. You take them with you. Not here. You don't want anyone to see you. The deep blue ocean stretches out to the horizon. Ouch!
Land ho, Captain!
The leather pouch is securely tied and filled with the coarse brown sleep powder you so proudly manufactured. You pour the sleeping powder on the floor.
Slumber henceforth.
As your sleep spell takes effect, a silence suddenly descends over the ship. Using the makeshift stairs, you make your way up the crates to the ladder. The captain is snoring peacefully in his bunk. You scrutinize the boat inside and out, but find it to be empty and uninteresting. There's a shovel lying by the lifeboat. The shovel seems to be quite average, with an iron scoop and a long wooden handle. A pirate is fast asleep in his bunk. A device for turning the ship's rudder sets in the floor. This is the galley of the pirate ship. A large iron stove dominates one wall. Pots, pans, and barrels surround it. There is a long dining table at the other end of the room. It's just an old wood stove used for cooking. Nothing special about it. The ship's cook is fast asleep in the evening meal. His snores are so loud they seem to rattle the walls. A crow's nest perches atop the mast you are climbing. Curiously, you gaze up at it. But from this vantage point, you cannot see into it. A burly pirate has noticed you from inside the crow's nest.
You're dead meat, bucko!
He slashes at you with his sword, but misses. Unfortunately, you lose your balance, and down you tumble, to your untimely death. The ocean seems to be endless. In every direction you see nothing but deep blue water. The ship's mast dominates your view. Though sturdy, the pitching of the vessel causes it to sway to and fro. The lower deck has no railing. The hold is open to the elements. You jump overboard. You barely made a mouthful for that hungry shark. You jump overboard. You are on a small beach to the south of a looming mountain range. A lone palm tree graces this beach. You have uncovered a small chest. You remove it from the hole and open it. Inside, you find precious gems and ingots of gold and silver. You close the chest and take it and its contents with you. The small wooden chest was buried so long that its wood is slightly warped, and its brass is tarnished and rusty. Inside are precious gems, gold and silver ingots, pearls and gold coins. You look upward and see the mountain range looming toward the beautiful blue sky. The narrow path winding up the steep cliff looks precarious and confusing. As gravity takes control of your now rather short life, you hear a voice saying something. The ground is strewn with large boulders. Leaving the temperate climates of the beach, you feel the air becoming cooler. Is that snow on the mountains ahead? You look upward and see the mountain range looming toward the beautiful blue sky. Sir Isaac had a good point about gravity. Melting snow creates a myriad of tiny rainbows as it burbles through the rocks, forming tiny waterfalls on its way back to the sea. Sir Isaac had a good point about gravity. The deep blue sky contrasts sharply with the brilliant white mountain peaks. You must admit, even while shivering, it is a beautiful sight. You have reached the summit, but still the snowy mountains continue relentlessly forward. What is this? A cave with a snowy path leading to it. What could it all mean? Horrors! You have just entered the awful cave of the abominable snowman, and to your extreme bad luck, he happens to be home. The terrible hairy creature grabs you with bone-crushing force. You resist, but it's no use. The despicable creature grabs you around the neck, and... it's too horrible to describe. Suffice it to say, you are quite dead. You have reached the summit, but still the snowy mountains continue relentlessly forward. What is this? A cave with a snowy path leading to it. What could it all mean? This cave is disgusting. It reeks of rotting flesh. Half-chewed bones of numerous creatures are scattered everywhere. Your skin creeps as you look at the sight before you. This is definitely not a good place to be. What is this thing? Oh no, it's the abominable snowman. Go. He carries you away to his cave, where you meet an early and unspeakable demise. You have reached the summit, but still the snowy mountains continue relentlessly forward. What is this? A cave with a snowy path leading to it. What could it all mean? Okay. What is this thing? Oh no, it's the abominable snowman. The abominable snowman seems quite confused by this. He stares in amazement, then heads back to his cave. The urge to fly and soar has left, so you head for what you hope is a safe place to land. You congratulate yourself on successfully eluding the abominable snowman. Whoa, you almost fell there. You'd better be more careful. Boy, it sure is dark in here. You carefully make your way down the eastern side of these mountains. The path travels along the top of a narrow ridge. Looking back, you see the snowy peaks through which you so recently journeyed. Phew! You wipe your brow as you feel the worst is now behind you. Sir Isaac had a good point about gravity. Oops! A once green woodland spreads out before you. Now, though, many trees and bushes have been cruelly charred. You gaze into the cave-like entrance. You see nothing but a crumbly path leading upward. The old well has been filled with rocks. It's useless. Like everything else in Daventry, the well gives a feeling of futileness. You stare at the run-down shack. It leans heavily to one side. You wonder why it doesn't fall. A roughly made bridge spans the once flowing moat. This gnome looks to be at least 100 years old. He's stooped with age and his face is as withered as an old prune. Gray, wispy hair tops his head, and gnarled hands clutch the chair. As old as he looks, however, the twinkling in his eyes suggests a youthful mischievousness as he whistles a merry tune. You speak directly to the old gnome. He chuckles softly to himself, then replies,
"It's about time you got here, lad. I mean, Prince Alexander. Welcome. Heaven knows we need you. Daventry's been suffering for years now since that despicable dragon came. That monster demanded the sacrifice of your poor sister, Princess Rosella. And I'm afraid time is running out. Your parents, the king and queen, are suffering soft grief. They've locked themselves in yon castle and refuse to see anyone. It's up to you, Alexander. Your country and your family need you. That's written in the wind."
The wizened gnome relaxes and settles back in his chair. He begins whistling again.
"You must hurry, Prince Alexander. time is a-wasting. Go save us, lad.
A stone wall travels to the north and south. You see if you can climb it, but find it's too high. There's nothing of interest on the other side of the wall anyway. You gaze into the cave-like entrance. You see nothing but a crumbly path leading upward. There's a large cave here. It continues deeper into the mountain. What a killer step! Next time, be more careful. What a killer step! Next time, be more careful. It feels strangely hot up here. Looking around, you see clouds surrounding this small bit of land, like a white, cottony sea. Charred stumps of trees spoil the scene. A huge, fire-breathing dragon is here, and it has seen you. Hypnotized by its baleful glare, you stand frozen in your tracks. What a way to go, ending up a dragon's barbecue. The jar of invisibility ointment is nearly full of a thick, oily substance. You rub the invisibility ointment over your body. You feel a tingling sensation. A huge, fire-breathing dragon is here. It's a giant three-headed dragon. The girl is securely tied to the tree. Your magic spell is wearing off. What a way to go, ending up a dragon's barbecue. The jar of invisibility ointment is nearly full of a thick, oily substance. You rub the invisibility ointment over your body. You feel a tingling sensation. A huge, fire-breathing dragon is here. The dirty brown storm brew sloshes around in the half-filled glass jar. You stir the storm brew with your finger.
Brew of storms, churn it up.
Bolts of lightning strike the huge dragon. He howls in pain. And your magic spell is wearing off. The dragon's quite dead. The girl is securely tied to the tree.
Help me! Untie me!
You rapidly untie Princess Rosella.
Thank you for saving me from the terrible dragon. I am in your debt. I don't believe I know your name, stranger.
Highness, up until a few days ago I had always believed my name to be Gwydion.
I don't understand.
I've lived my entire life in the service of an evil wizard in the distant land of Lewdor. He called me Gwydion when he stole me as a child from my true parents.
Then what is your true name?
Highness, Rosella, I'm your twin brother. Our parents named me Alexander.
Alexander? After all these years, I scarcely believe it. But looking at you, I see father in your face, and mother in your eyes. But how did you get here? And how did you know how to save me?
Let's go and meet our parents. I think it is a tale they would also like to hear.
Come along, Alexander. There's home. Mother and father will be so happy.
You did it, Your Highness. I knew you could save us all. King Graham and Queen Valanice will be overjoyed to see you two. I am so glad to see you alive and well too, Princess. Oh, I must run ahead to announce your arrival.
Rosella, I'm afraid.
Alexander, I don't know what you have to be afraid of. You're home. We're home. The dragon is gone. Daventry is safe again.
It's more than that. I've never been anything but a slave. I don't know how to be a prince. What if your people don't accept me?
Our people, Alexander. Let me tell you about our father. When you were kidnapped, he searched the land unceasingly. Every spring he would ride out for months at a time, searching for any clue, anything to tell us where you were. And he was never alone. The entire kingdom went out with him. Every citizen of Daventry was behind us, supporting us and searching for you.
I never knew.
Daventry has always had a prince. It's just we didn't know where you were. Besides, you'll get to know and trust the people very quickly. There's a lot of work to be done, rebuilding the land.
Thank you, Rosella. Let's go and meet our parents.
There standing, waiting for you, are your parents, King Graham and Queen Valanice of Daventry. Alexander, you are finally home.
Mother? Father! I told you I would return. And look, fate has finally smiled upon us again. Here is
Alexander!
My son.
I'm so proud of you both.
Come, there is so much to catch up on.
Yes, Father. But there is also much to do.
As the rebuilding of Daventry continued, the citizens of the land learned to love and respect Prince Alexander. And Prince Alexander got to know and love his subjects.
And you would not believe my misfortune, father. Pirates! After all I've been through!
Well, Alexander, I don't suppose life was meant to be easy all the time.
I suppose not, father. But you wouldn't think I'd fight a three-headed dragon, too. People would think I made up the tale.
I also have defeated a dragon, son, though mine wasn't a three-headed one like yours.
Tell me about it, father.
Well, it was before I was king. I was a knight of the kingdom, and I had been instructed by old King...
But more importantly, a father and son, once estranged, get to know each other. Before the twin thrones, at the far end of the room, stand your parents, King Graham and Queen Valenice.
Alexander, Rosella, I have asked you here today for a reason. Now you have been returned to us, Alexander, and the evil dragon no longer threatens our fair land. I have decided to retire from adventuring.
King Graham points toward the mirror.
That was once a magic mirror, son. But, on the night you disappeared from your cradle, it clouded up, and has remained that way ever since.
If only it still worked.
Before your astonished eyes, the magic mirror clears and shines anew with a brilliant clarity. King Graham lovingly retrieves his old adventurer's hat with the red feather.
Alexander, Rosella, believe it or not, this old hat and I have been through a lot together. Now it's time he had a new traveling companion.
He flings his adventurer's hat in your direction. Up and up it gently arcs. You raise your arms to catch it. And, at the same time, so does Princess Rosella. Down it comes, nearer and nearer.
What kind of man am I today? What awful price do I pay? Along the path that's on my way, I'll slip and fall and that's okay. I can't let my heart turn to stone. While far and wide I will roam, it's not a thing I do alone. Help me find my way home. Now time has passed, I feel so lost. With dark and foul, my fate has crossed. How much strength can there remain to break the links of this heavy chain? I look for hope in these clear skies. A spark of love in your blue eyes. Don't leave me here upon my own. Help me find my way home. Just get me to the break of dawn. Back in your arms. Siberia.